What are you doing? Working in sales at a small to medium company. I sometimes have to work on holidays.
You can't date me? I like you, Shinobu.
It seems I didn't mishear, but understanding the meaning didn't end my confusion.
I've always loved you, Shinobu. Please be my boyfriend.
I want to spend my life with you. Will you marry me? From senior and junior at work to lovers, I gave her a ring as a promise, and then...
Shinobu, dinner's almost ready.
Thanks, I just finished folding the laundry. I, Shinobu Iori, 28, and Hazuki Issei, 26, signed the papers to become husband and wife. Now, while preparing for the wedding, we're trying to become a family. Hazuki, you increased the guest list again, didn't you?
I couldn't help it. The number just went up.
We weren't used to this, so we fought often. Sometimes we went a whole day without talking. But we'd make up, then fight again. I thought that's what marriage was, a path we had to take to become a family. Maybe that's why. That's why I didn't realize my wife's love might already be gone. What are you doing? Working in sales at a small to medium company, I sometimes have to work on holidays. Hazuki said she was going to work, but she dressed up. I followed her and saw her walking into a hotel, clinging to the arm of my junior colleague and her former peer, Seishiro Kinjo.
Shinobu, no, wait!
Iori, it's not what you think. This is... I waited for 2 hours. Now, I'm confronting them as they come out of the hotel. Not what I think? Unfortunately, my eyes and the photos I took clearly record you entering a hotel with my wife. No, wait, it's a misunderstanding. I never... with this a... I feel utter despair seeing him try to make excuses even now. He was a junior I doted on. He looked up to me the most. And yet, gritted your teeth.
Sushiro!
You used to call him Kinjo. Because the words came out instinctively, I was forced to realize how she usually calls him. I don't care if you love Hazuki or not. The only thing that matters is the fact that you cheated. Hazuki, I need to talk to you too. We're going home.
Ow! Shinobu, let go, that hurts!
This might leave a bruise on her arm. But right now, that didn't matter. In fact, a part of me, calm yet not calm at all, thought she deserved to feel pain and suffer. We are terribly sorry! Afterwards, we went home, and I told Hazuki I wanted a divorce. She didn't seem to object, so we contacted both sets of parents and set up a meeting for the very next day. I know rebuilding the relationship is an option, but surely that's impossible. I vaguely sensed it. Hazuki's heart is no longer with me. So, the wedding is cancelled, and I'll be claiming alimony.
Understood. I am truly sorry for what happened.
Even after we got home yesterday, she didn't oppose the divorce. She seemed to feel bad about cheating and her change of heart, but she had no intention of considering a future with me. I wanted us to be a family. I wonder which would have been better, if she still had some love left for me. Met 3 years ago, started dating 2 years ago, engaged for a year, married for 6 months. It was February, 4 months before the wedding. Before we could swear eternal love to God, we broke up. Good morning. I was thinking about those pointless things, but for me, the real hell was just beginning. Why? Because Hazuki's affair partner, Seishiro Kinji, is currently working in the same workplace as me. I am so sorry. This was a week ago, 2 days after I caught them and punched him on Monday. I called him out after work, and he immediately got on his knees to apologize. What I want from you is 3 million yen in alimony. I hear it's higher than the market rate, but considering the suffering I'll face at the company from now on, it's cheap, isn't it? Understood. And one more thing. We'll talk for work, but keep it to a minimum. I don't want to see your face, and I don't want to hear your voice. I'll change jobs. Is that so? Then I pray you'll be gone as soon as possible. That said, wait until you find a new job. I can't have you unable to pay the alimony. Understood. Thank you. Iori? I'm sorry. Right after you said you didn't want to hear my voice. Is it true you got divorced? He looked up and stared straight at me. It was so unpleasant that I looked away instantly and spat out my words. Yeah, it's true. Hazuki is head over heels for you now. There's no way I could continue a marriage with someone like that. I submitted the divorce papers yesterday. I see. His voice sounded somewhat relieved. Well, naturally. Now he can be lovers with Hazuki. So, no matter how much I don't want to see his face, I have to see him. The only saving grace is that since I was promoted to chief this fiscal year, I'm in a different section from him. Morning. Kinjo smells forcefully, and I'm obviously cold, and there's nothing left on my ring finger. I haven't let it affect my work, and I try not to ruin the atmosphere in the office. But since we were so close before, everyone noticed immediately that something happened. I have to see and talk to Kinjo, who I've come to hate. And my colleagues, being good people, act normally, trying not to touch the subject out of awkward kindness. But that doesn't mean I need to change jobs. I am the victim after all. Not quitting might also be my pride, refusing to be humiliated by leaving. Still, this place is hell. I just bury myself in work to suppress the urge to scream.
Shinobu, do you have a moment?
Then, one day, when I returned from a sales visit, my colleague from HR, Yuki Iroha, called out to me. Tall and possessing an androgynous beauty, one might mistake her for a man, but she's likely the correct pronoun. Actually, there are rumors whispering that she might be male. Yeah, what's up? The reasons for the rumors include her always using the accessible restroom, and the fact that she once had a female lover.
Oh, it's not about work. Are you free this weekend? If you'd like, want to go for a drink on Friday?
Huh?
The yakitori here really is the best! Come on, Shinobu, eat some more.
So, Friday came. I was at an izakaya with Yuki. Thanks. This place, which she says is a regular spot, certainly serves delicious food. The atmosphere is good, and the alcohol is tasty, but I'm still confused because... Hey, why the sudden invite? I mean, I'm happy you invited me, but we don't interact that much. Right, we're from the same hiring year, but we aren't exactly close. We only talk about work, and this is our first time drinking together. The only trivial chat we ever had was...
Yuki!
Someone you know?
Yeah, my girlfriend. She came to pick me up.
That conversation from 3 years ago, when we coincidentally met at the entrance after work. By the way, this was the trigger for the rumors among employees that Yuki had a female lover. I believe she started using the accessible restroom after that incident too.
Well, that's true. We certainly aren't close enough to go to an izakaya just the two of us. But there's no rule saying I can't invite you, right?
That's true, I guess. But I'm curious why you invited me today. Did you need something?
I thought it might be better after a few more drinks, but I'll ask. Shinobu, the office is full of rumors that you got divorced. Is that true?
She wiped her hands with a napkin and asked. I stopped reaching for the yakitori. Yeah, it's true. Surprising. I didn't peg you for the type interested in rumors, Yuki.
Sorry if I offended you, but I just had to confirm it. But I see. It is true. Then there's no problem. Shinobu, would you consider me as your next partner?
Huh? It was so unexpected. Just as I was feeling a bit shocked, thinking she invited me out of morbid curiosity, her words made my brain freeze for 5 seconds.
You can't date me? I like you, Shinobu.
It seems I didn't mishear, but understanding the meaning didn't end my confusion. Like? But Yuki, you're...
Well, my dating history is only with women, but it's not like I've never fallen for a man. Of course, I'm single right now. People at the office say my gender identity might be male or my body might be male, but I'm biologically and identifiably female. But from a woman's perspective, it might be scary to have someone in the same restroom who might view them romantically, or even sexually. That's why I use the accessible restroom. It feels wrong to enter the men's room, too.
I felt convinced by her explanation, but at the same time, guilt welled up inside me. Sorry, for a moment, I misunderstood you. I felt a bit disillusioned.
No, the fault lies with me for stepping in so suddenly without warning. It hasn't been long since you're divorced, so it's natural your wounds haven't healed. My bad.
She says it like it's nothing, but what she just revealed is far more sensitive. Opening up like that and confessing her feelings to me, it must have taken considerable courage. Yuki, thank you. That's exactly why I have to respond sincerely and talk to her. I told her everything about how the divorce happened. Then, I bowed my head. I appreciate your feelings, but right now, I just can't bring myself to be in a relationship. So, I'm sorry.
I see. I've fallen for you even more now.
Huh?
I'm a minority, right? Even in this age of diversity, there's still a lot of prejudice. Even if people defend it online, they might find it gross when they see it in person. So actually, I was prepared for the worst today. But you didn't look at me with prejudice at all. You faced me sincerely. Thank you, Shinobu.
We finished the rest of the yakitori and called it a night. Even back home, Yuki's smile keeps replaying in my mind. You could have been looked at with disgust. Why did you confess to me? With this question in mind, and without thinking once about my ex-wife or that junior colleague, I fell into a deep sleep.
Shinobu, good work. Are you in the office today?
Ever since then, surprisingly, Yuki has been actively talking to me. I was surprised because I didn't expect someone I rejected to approach me. She said, "It's fine if we're just friends, right?" No, my appointment is in the afternoon. Let's grab lunch. Now, we eat lunch together quite often on days when I'm not out on sales calls.
Wow, I didn't know there was such a lovely place.
When we entered the cafe I recommended, Yuki looked around with great interest. The only downside is the walk from the office, but it's nice once in a while, right?
Indeed, I get bored with the same places all the time, so this makes me happy.
Apparently, Yuki likes stylish and beautiful things. Seeing her happy makes me happy too. Thanks to her, work has been much easier for the past 2 weeks since her confession. Being in sales is lucky, since stepping outside solves the issue. Thinking that, I bumped into Kinjo returning from sales, just as I walked out of the restroom.
Sorry, good work today.
Good work.
I think I've finally secured a new job.
It's been about a month since then. There are many job openings this season, so considering the time to search, it's reasonable.
I chose a place where I can continue paying the alimony properly. Nothing is confirmed yet, so I can't say for sure, but I wanted to report.
Shinobu!
Yuki.
Perfect timing. We received some good feedback on the customer survey, so I wanted to share it with you.
Got it, I'll be right there. Kinjo, call me Chief Iwori. Thanks for the report.
My apologies. Understood, Chief Iwori.
Thank you. After walking a bit away from the restroom, I spoke. She wants to talk as friends. Those words are likely true. But her real intention is probably to keep me away from Kinjo. As proof, she invites me to lunch more often when he isn't out on sales.
It's fine. Besides, I really did just happen to see you. And the customer survey thing wasn't a lie either. I can't imagine how it feels. But it must be painful to even come to work with the junior you doted on so much being here, right? Even if you act like normal colleagues, anyone can tell something happened, just by the fact that you two were so close. And I know that being cared for too much can be tiring too. I know it's something to be grateful for, and a luxurious problem to have.
Yuki.
Well, that's my honest feeling, but using that as a reason gives me an excuse to talk to you. I got rejected once, but while you're heartbroken is also a perfect opportunity. I'm plotting to make you fall in love with me, if I can.
Yuki jokes around to change the somber mood. Since getting involved deeply, I've realized she's very kind. Yeah. Before I knew it, I've started really looking forward to seeing Yuki recently. Thanks to you, being at the company isn't so painful, so thank you. Her cheeks flushed and her eyes widened, then she broke into a beaming smile. I can trust her. Seeing her able to rejoice in someone else's happiness as if it were her own, I was convinced of that. A few days later, Kinjo informed his boss that his new job was decided. Since he had communicated his intent to leave beforehand, it was accepted smoothly. He will leave in a month. I learned all this through a message from Kinjo.
What did you want to talk about?
About a week later, Yuki was called by Kinjo to the company loading dock after work.
Don't play dumb, you know, don't you?
I have a rough guess, but I'm not certain. It would be rude if I'm wrong, so could you tell me yourself?
Then I'll ask you straight. Is it fun for you to mock me?
Yuki blinked at Kinjo's words.
It seems my guess was wrong. What does he mean by mocking?
Still playing dumb? Even though you show off and appeal to Iori whenever I'm around?
That's a misunderstanding. Shinobu seemed to want to avoid your face as much as possible. He didn't want to be in the office much either. So, inevitably, the times I spoke to him increased when you were present.
Huh. Nice facade, but is that really all?
What are you trying to say?
When Yuki asked, Kinjo fell silent. A pause hung between them. Staring at each other, Yuki was the first to break the silence.
You don't mean to say that I'm mocking your feelings, do you?
So you didn't know. Playing dumb. You've got quite a personality.
Well, I thought maybe that was it. Everyone saw you two as close junior and senior. But to me, your eyes looked a bit different. You fell in love with Shinobu, didn't you?
Gah.
I knew it. As someone attracted to the same sex, it wasn't strange to me at all. When Shinobu started dating Hazuki, or maybe, since I don't know the details, when you found out the two were mutually interested, you sometimes looked at Shinobu with such sad eyes.
The silence continued. That confirmed Yuki's words.
Generally, people think this affair happened because you liked Hazuki. But probably you were envious, weren't you? That she was chosen just because she was a woman, even though you were just as close to Shinobu.
Yeah, that's right. Because it's unfair. Why was she chosen unconditionally just because she's a woman? Sure, in her first year, he doted on us equally. But she quit after a year, so if anything, I think I was closer to him. Yeah, just meeting privately a few times made him conscious of her. The confession succeeded. While I, who was with him at work and went drinking so many times, wasn't seen that way at all.
It's a difficult issue. Just being the same sex raises the hurdle of being seen romantically significantly. But I think that can't be helped. Homosexuality is complex. Depending on the country or religion, it's taboo. And we don't even know if it's correct. And most people are heterosexual. Or rather, they live without doubting that they're heterosexual. Even though they don't know if they like someone because they are the opposite sex, or if the person they liked just happened to be the opposite sex. So, leaving that debate aside for now, let's get back to you. True, Hazuki has a huge advantage over you by being a woman. But she approached him romantically. What about you?
I've lived my whole life as a straight guy too, so I was confused by my own feelings. Besides, if a guy hit on him, he'd definitely be creeped out. If I had androgynous looks, maybe, but I look completely like a dude. So I decided to stay a close junior colleague. But when they finally got married, thinking he would belong to that woman forever. So when I made a move on her, she blushed so easily. I couldn't let him swear eternity to a woman like that, so I...
Kinjo breathed heavily, trying to catch his breath. Yuki, who had been watching him with quiet eyes, spoke in an unchanged tone.
That is just cheating. Using falling for the same sex as an excuse.
What?
I won't say homosexuality is completely irrelevant, but that's no reason for sympathy or justification. What you did is exactly the same as a straight person cheating. You're just scum.
I'm not justifying it, but at least compared to a straight person, I have...
No, it's the same. Because the root of the issue lies in the fact that you didn't trust Shinobu completely. You said he'd be creeped out if you told him. Generally, that possibility exists. But thinking about Shinobu specifically, is he that kind of person? I didn't think he was, and I still don't. In fact, when I talked about my sexual orientation, he showed no disgust, and turned me down only after accepting my feelings properly.
Huh.
Well, you could argue that's because I'm a woman, and that would be the end of it. But Shinobi Iori isn't that kind of person, is he? You who were closest to him should know that best.
Kinjo bit his lips. Seeing that, Yuki let out a quiet sigh.
Ah. And about whether I was mocking you. Like I said before, I'm not mocking you. I did it purely out of consideration for Shinobu. But let me see. I think your greatest misfortune is that this was your first time falling in love with the same sex. Well then, take care.
Yuki remained calm and composed until the end. Because of that, Kinjo understood that she had thought about it sincerely and spoken earnestly.
Ah, damn it!
The night became completely silent. Today is a new moon. There was no one to hear the voice he screamed after she left. Now, I had no idea any of this happened. I went straight home from sales and was relaxing when the doorbell rang. I answered it to find my divorced ex-wife, Hazuki Issei, standing there with a desperate look on her face.
Shinobu, it's an emergency! Please let me talk to you!
I tried to hang up saying we had nothing to discuss, but she said she'd wait forever. Knowing her personality, she might actually do it, so I reluctantly went outside. So what?
You see, since the divorce, Kinjo has suddenly turned cold. He stopped replying gradually, and I wondered why. So I went to pick him up at the company today. And then... Kinjo said he doesn't like me, he likes you! He told me he loved me, but it was a lie! He said it was all to tear us apart!
The content was so bizarre, my brain almost stopped working. Did you hear that from Kinjo himself?
He didn't tell me directly, but I overheard him shouting at Yuki from HR at the loading dock.
There was a possibility it was a misunderstanding, a lie, or a delusion on her part. But the situation was too specific for that. If it were a lie, she would have come up with something more natural that wouldn't be doubted. Suppose that's the truth. Why did you come desperately to tell me that?
Because I was tricked. That affair was meant to tear us apart. Just because he couldn't be with you, he tricked me and...
Whatever the objective was, it's an undeniable fact that you cheated and didn't want to marry life with me. Is that all? Then I'm going back inside. Even though it's March, the night is still cold, and it seems to be a new moon today. The lack of a moon made it feel even colder. Thinking I should take a bath soon, I headed to the entrance. But I had to stop at the words she screamed.
If you choose Yuki, you'll be cheated on even more.
Huh?
Shinobu, you're scared you'll be cheated on again, right? Then there's a higher chance Yuki will cheat on you than me. Because Yuki goes for women too, right? Simple math says she has double the chance of cheating compared to a normal person, so you should be with me.
Shut up! True, compared to someone interested only in the opposite sex, it might be harder to tell who she might shift her affections to. But that doesn't double the probability of cheating. Because cheating is committing infidelity while you have a partner. If I date her, even if her heart moves to someone other than me, she would absolutely never cheat.
How can you know that? You can't know for sure.
No, I know. She knows that dating someone is akin to a miracle. And I know that she possesses the kindness to deeply care for people's hearts. There's still a lot I don't know about her. But knowing just this much is enough to trust that she's not the type of person who would cheat. Lovers, spouses, family. I believe these are things you become only after both sides make an effort. So if her heart moved on, it would probably be due to my lack of effort. Well, you abandoned that effort halfway through and ran to cheat without ending our relationship properly. With those final words, Hazuki ran away in silence. Looking up at the sky, I saw a myriad of stars. It felt like they were watching over me. Thinking such uncharacteristic thoughts, I returned home.
Thank you for everything until now.
Now, as for what happened to them afterwards. First, Kinjo left the company 1 month later as planned. If what I heard from Hazuki is true, it means he had feelings for me. But what he did is everything. Besides, I didn't hear it from him directly. Thank you too. Good luck at your new job.
Yes.
So I didn't say anything. Instead, I gave him words of encouragement at the end.
Thank you for your time today.
With those words in his heart, Kinjo worked desperately at his new job. The alimony is transferred regularly every month.
I was prepared to be hated, though.
He was shaken when I caught his affair unexpectedly. My cold attitude since then seemed to have gouged his heart deeply. But there's no room for sympathy. Thus, he continues to agonize over what his sexual orientation is, even today. And Hazuki had her parents pay the alimony in a lump sum, so she was working desperately to pay them back.
Getting dumped by the affair partner after getting a divorce for him? Seriously. It must be tough not being able to quit because of the alimony. Well, reap what you sow.
It was just rumors based on guesses circulating, but people's eyes are scary things, and the rumors were almost spot on.
If only I hadn't cheated by now.
It's too late to think that we would have held the wedding, and maybe even had a child. While being looked at with contempt, she works, almost crushed by regret, to earn the alimony money.
You really didn't have to thank me.
As for me, a few days after Kinjo quit, I invited Yuki to a somewhat fancy restaurant. I can't have that. Thanks to you, coming to work was much easier. It's my treat today, so order whatever you like.
Is that so? Then I'll take you up on that.
April came, and new employees joined. They haven't been assigned yet as they are in training, but seeing them so fresh and green reminds me of those too.
I'm Seishiro Kinjo. I heard your sales skills are amazing, Iori-san, and I've decided I'm going to surpass you. Nice to meet you.
I'm Hazuki Issei. I'll do my absolute best, so please treat me well.
New graduates assigned to the same section, Kinjo and Issei. My beginning with them was that day in June.
Iori-san, you're seriously amazing. I honestly thought people were exaggerating when they said you could close a deal with just small talk.
It's amazing, right? I was stunned watching it the other day, too.
When I let them tag along on sales, they started asking about my methods with sparkling eyes. That was endearing and cute, so I often took them to lunch or out for drinks. Eventually, we started hanging out in private sometimes. I pride myself on the fact that the three of us were the closest in the sales department. Hazuki decided sales wasn't for her and quit after a year. Still, I kept in touch with both of them, and sometimes the three of us would meet. During that time, Hazuki and I must have fallen for each other. When did Kinjo realize his own feelings? Was it after Hazuki and I started dating, or way before that?
Shinobu, you know, I've spent my whole life thinking about what I am. My first love was a girl in my kindergarten class. Girls mature fast, don't they? When we entered elementary school, they started talking about love. When the topic of which boy we liked came up, I realized for the first time that I was different from the others. But just as I thought that, I developed a crush on a boy. I was capable of falling for boys too. I didn't like skirts, but I liked cute things, and I liked dressing up. There are plenty of girls like that, right? So I thought maybe I was female, but the people I fell for were mostly girls. I thought and worried about so many things like that. In high school, I finally accepted that my gender identity is female.
I see. She struggled with it for over 10 years. That must be why she's such a strong person, sensitive to pain. Yuki. Honestly, I don't feel like dating yet. I've had enough of cheating. But I can believe with confidence that you wouldn't do something like that.
Huh?
If I'm gonna fall in love again, I want it to be you. If I'm gonna become a couple and a family, I want it to be with you. So, could you wait for me a little longer? I'll make up my mind soon. When that time comes, let me be the one to confess.
It really pays to be courageous. I was scared, but I confessed to you thinking it was better than getting heartbroken without doing anything. I'll wait. Forever. Whether it's good news or bad, if it's your answer.
Having lived believing I was heterosexual, I cannot fully understand the suffering of Yuki or Kinjo. All I can say is one thing. The feeling of falling in love with someone is always precious. If Kinjo had confessed to me, I might have... What matters is how you act after falling in love. 6 months later, in October, I confessed to her. And this time, not becoming arrogant just because of rings or papers, we both strive to maintain our relationship. Swearing eternal love before God, we became a true couple connected by heart and became a family.
Wow. Brittany here, and this is the first episode on any of my channels that has dealt so beautifully with different genders and same-sex love and all of that. It was really well done, and I'm honestly like crying here, and I hope I did it justice. I hope you all enjoy this episode, and I'll see you next time. Bye.